Shreds is ready for some tank blasting action with today's game Battlezone for the Atari XE. Let's go ahead and take Battlezone. Let's pop it in my 800XL and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Battlezone was published by Atari and according to MobyGames.com was released in January of 1988. It is based on the 1980 Atari arcade game. Programming credit is given to Ken Rose, who also helped bring Desert Falcon to the Atari XE. The manual says the following: Dateline 1999. The nations of Earth have finally agreed on a world peace plan, but a power-hungry rabble of military malcontents won't go for it. Instead, they've sent out armies of robot-driven weapons bent on winning world power for themselves. These lethal machines will turn Earth into a lifeless landscape unless you can defeat them. The only defensive weapons left on Earth are vintage military tanks. They are your only hope for searching out the enemy weapon machines and destroying them before they destroy you. Battlezone is a tank action game for one player only with 5 modes of difficulty, which are selected with the option key. The higher the number, the higher the difficulty. The select key is used as a pause button. For the controls, you press up to move forward, down to move backward, and use right and left to rotate your tank. You press the button to fire, but you only are allowed one shot on screen at a time, and your shots can move pretty slowly. Enemies typically show up one at a time, with the radar on top showing their location. The field is littered with obstacles that can block your shots and movement. The field feels endless, but is actually quite small, as moving in a straight direction can cause enemies to wrap around the map. When you defeat one enemy, a new enemy can take their place, sometimes appearing very close to you. Enemies include a basic tank, the more aggressive and triangular super tanks, annoying missiles that zigzag and home in on you, and noisy saucers that can't harm you and only serve as a nuisance. Scoring-wise, you get 1,000 points for defeating a basic tank, 2,000 points for a missile, 3,000 points for defeating a super tank, 5,000 points for defeating a saucer, and you win an extra tank at 15,000 and 100,000 points. And the game is endless, ending when you run out of tanks. Graphically speaking, while I like the vector-style graphics and some of the explosions as well, and of course that iconic volcano in the background, I do wish enemies were a different color, as they can blend in with the obstacles way too much. The graphics were also pretty dark on my TV. The sounds were fine. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if it was released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $50 loose and appears to be a bit on the rare side, with only one sale listed on their site in 2024 and 4 sales listed in all of 2023. So what do you think of Battlezone for the Atari XE? It's okay, but just okay. It can feel monotonous after a while, and a lot of my deaths were borderline frustrating as they either came from close spawning enemies whose shots were almost impossible to avoid, or from the missiles, which I found annoying to my slow rate of fire. Honestly, I much prefer the Atari 2600 version and its Activision brethren, Robot Tanks, to this port, and would recommend those versions instead. So where am I going to rank Battlezone among other Atari 8-bit games I've reviewed? It's going in the lower half. I do like Star Trek more at 20, but I will give this an edge over another lackluster arcade port in Jungle Hunt at 21. So of the 27 games that are now ranked for the Atari 8-bit computers, Battlezone is heading towards the volcano at the 21 position. Battlezone for the Atari XE is a bit underwhelming. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Do you like this game or have any memories of it? Please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy videos such as this one and you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe, drop a comment below, and for mega supporters, either become a channel member or sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for those annoying homing missiles.